All right, welcome back. So this one I actually wanted to do about a week ago. I think today's the 7th, so it would actually make it a week ago today, maybe a week ago yesterday. Because I wanted to do it for Halloween, but I stumbled across this at a Myers, and I was just really impressed with it because I had been looking for one that looked similar to this for years. I am talking, of course, about Dracula. So, with Dracula, they made a lot of Dracula figures over the years, but none really looked like the Dracula that I liked. I liked the Bela Lugosi Dracula, and apparently he wouldn't license his likeness, which is a shame, because honestly, that version of Dracula is my favorite. I'm aware that the 92, 93 Bram Stoker's Dracula is technically closer to the book, and I have a really good book of it that has a bunch of footnotes that explain some of the stuff. But as far as the movies go, this is my favorite version of Dracula. So I leave his alternate hand in because one of his accessories he has is a pet bat. And the pet bat's feet are kind of curved open. So you can just kind of slide the finger through, and he'll just sit there and hold on to Count Dracula's hand. Now, Dracula has a couple of different hands. He has that. He has the hands are interchangeable. They just a little twist and pull, and they'll pop out. He has this little candelabra. I have not exactly figured out how, because I don't really use this much. He mostly sits there with a bat on his hand. But it has this weird little thing that makes me think it should clip onto his wrist. But I'm not sure how that would work, because that's basically the way he holds it. And it doesn't really work well as a stand, because you can see it keeps kind of falling over. It's a little top heavy. But he has that hand, and then he has a different left hand as well. The left hand, he's got this one. It's just kind of a general open hand pose. Maybe he's explaining something. And then he's got this that doesn't look a whole lot different. The thumb's angled a little bit differently, but you can see they just pop out. And again, I don't really know what to do with this thing for the wrist. So I usually leave the hands like this, so I can set, to borrow the name from Grandpa Munster. Ooh, I'm gonna have to do the Munsters soon, so you can all check those out. Those are really great figures as well. So Dracula has those, and then he also his cape is held on. You can see the little elastic band here. But also in the back, there are two peg holes that are part of his build, and you slide those over. Now, I usually have him with the cape cuff up. I believe you can put the cape cuff down, but I don't usually do it, and honestly, I have never changed the head, but he does have an alternate head that show his fangs. He's in full-on fight mode. Give me a second, because I gotta try and not pinch the elastic when I change the heads out. Yeah, the head's pretty easy to change. It snaps right off. You can feel it pop, so it's a good pop in. So I'm not worried about it coming loose. But you can see the fangs. He's got his bow tie, his little amulet. He's dressed in a really nice tuxedo. You can actually kind of see the crease lines in the pants. They come to a much sharper angle. There are tails on the jacket. The jacket's a bit flexible. He has double jointed knees. He's got that ball ankle thing that seems to be standard now for the feet. He's got the upper thigh cut. The wrists, of course, are articulated. The double elbow joint, the bicep, and then the ball joint in the elbow and hinge. So you can pivot it, you can swing it, and then the head, of course, is on a peg ball joint, so it can basically go in whatever direction you try. So I stumbled across him, and they had Frankenstein's monster there. I've never been the greatest fan of Frankenstein's monster, But apparently they also did The Bride of Frankenstein's Monster and The Creature of the Black Lagoon. And at some point I would really like to get The Creature of the Black Lagoon. I just, I couldn't swing it at the time, and, well, I'd actually have to find him. But the only two I saw were Frankenstein and Dracula. Had to get Dracula. I've been looking for one that actually looks like Bela Lugosi. I know I said it before, but I cannot stress that enough. I had the old Remco 3 3/4 inch one that the face glowed in the dark, and it looked sort of like him. But this one's actually really, really close. It even looks fairly pale. Anyhow, that's Dracula. He's put out by Universal and I believe NECA as well. Let me see if there's any markings on his feet that'll tell me. No. Just made in China. Jada. Okay. A company called Jada. I've not heard of them before. I found him in the toy aisle about 2 weeks before Halloween. I'm like, oh, Dracula, I've got to get him. Alright. Well, let me know in the comments what you think. You all have a good night.